So, what's in a name, right? Maxime Bernier came out with his party's name last week. I think it was late last week, Thursday or Friday. Now, a couple of the Canadian YouTubers have made comments about it. Kelly Day, Irving Twin, of course. And then last Friday? Yeah. On Irving Twin's channel, he had a live stream and we were talking about it at length. So, now, a lot of libertarians and people who are supporters of Maxime in the leadership race are kind of miffed about the name People's Party. The People's Party. And when I heard it originally, I was like, oh, there's some, socialist, communist connotations associated with the People's Party. Then I started thinking about it a little bit more and started looking at the logo. And like I said before, branding's important to me, so I was like, okay, so PPC, initials-wise, is very close to CPC. So there's a chance, albeit small, that some votes might land in the People's Party box on election day purely out of confusion, right? Some people thinking CPC or PPC and vice versa, or, Canadians with dyslexia might accidentally vote for the wrong party. Not the most noble way to get votes, but a vote is a vote and a win is a win, right? So I don't really care too much about that. I don't think that was instrumental or a key factor in them deciding on the name. Now, with regards to the socialist connotation associated with the name the People's Party, of course, you've got the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, which is North Korea. China's People's Communist Party, or the People's Party. This immediately gets libertarians back up because they think People's Party, they think large government, they think regime, they think totalitarian. But once you get past the histrionics on it, you think about it and you go, okay, first off, socialism is not a dirty word in Canada. Canadians view our society as much more like the European socialist societies that they like to tout as success stories when talking about government programs. Even though those societies aren't really socialist. Canada's not really a socialist country. Right? We have social programs. We have a robust social safety net. That doesn't make us a socialist country. So, but be that as it may, when people think socialism, that's what they think here in Canada. They don't immediately jump to Venezuela. They don't think of Cuba. They think of Denmark. They think of Sweden. They think of Switzerland. None of which either are socialist parties. But the point is, socialism's not a dirty word in Canada. So having that connotation, People's Party, one, I think it'll go over a lot of people's heads. The only people who really are focused on it are the libertarians, are the conservative people, are the people who are, scream that the sky is falling every time another social program is put in place. So that connotation needs to be put away. People need to stop worrying about that. But also think about it this way. Every Canadian political party is named after a stance or an agenda, right? Liberals, Conservatives, New Democrat Party, Green Party, even Libertarian Party is named after a stance because it's just the traditional thing to do. But if you watch my previous video on populism is on the rise and politics is dead, long live populism, I think that's what it was called, going with a populist name like the People's Party is actually pretty smart. Canadians have never really identified themselves by their political stance or by their political party affiliation. It's not like it is in the United States here. We don't have a religious devotion to one party or another. We don't say, I'm a liberal, I'm a conservative, or I'm a Conservative Party member. We don't. One election we'll vote for one, another election we might vote for the other. Whereas in the United States, they say, I'm a Republican. Our house is a Republican house. Or our house is full of Democrats. We're all Democrats here. This is what it's like in the United States. It's not what it's like in Canada. So people feel a distance from their political leaders when they think about the Liberal leader or the Conservative Party leader or the NDP leader, right? People's Party has a commonality, right? Everybody in Canada is a person. Everybody who's voting is a person. And it also drives home the idea that in Ottawa, there's a political elite, and they're made up of people who are members of those parties and members of the House. And they stand apart from, they stand atop of or above the people. So, to be honest, I think the People's Party of Canada is a good name. I think it's smart branding, and I think it's at this time when, as I said, populism's on the rise and people are looking for a difference in leadership. I think Maxime Bernier and his team came up with a solid name. Plus, in Quebec, it's called Parti Populaire du Canada. And in Quebecois, it sounds good. It's a good sounding name. I can envision, cab drivers in Montreal spouting off to their passengers about, how great Parti Populaire is. Parti Populaire, c'est magnifique. I can just imagine that, people having that conversation and spouting the virtues of the party by simply calling Parti Populaire, right? It will catch on as a name, at least in Quebec. And this is the first time that a conservative leader has come out of Quebec and actually has a chance of winning Quebec. Maxime Bernier, I don't know what the population of Quebec thinks of Maxime Bernier. My understanding is he's pretty popular, but I can't say for certain. He's likely more popular there than Andrew Scheer is. But again, I'm not up on the polling from the different regions. So, what's in a name? If the Liberal Party of Canada was called the Social Justice Party, would it be any less of a cancer? If the NDP, the New Democrat Party, was called the Public Sector Union Party, would it be any less of a cancer? So, I would encourage my fellow libertarians and my Maxime Bernier supporters, and even those who are kind of on the fence, to consider some of the details surrounding the name, because the name's not that bad when you think about it. When you think about the good aspects of People's Party and why it's different and why it means something more than, say, the New Libertarian Party or the Liberty Party of Canada, it's actually pretty smart. When people start decrying the People's Party, you have an immediate response saying, "What's the matter with you? You against people or something?" Whereas when you say Liberal Party, people start decrying the Liberal Party, there's an easy attack on liberal policies because the party's named after the policy. The party's named after the political stance. I don't know. This is just my takeaway from it. I think it's a good name. In any event, I hope y'all keep following Maxime Bernier and this party, and we'll see what happens. It's the election in 2019 is quite a ways away. I think it's July. I'll have to look that up, but still a ways to go. Lots of things can happen. But watch the polls, watch social media, watch this channel, watch me on BitChute, and let's look forward to the election. Thanks a lot, folks. Thanks for watching. Short video today, but that's really all I wanted to get out about Parti Populaire du Canada, or the People's Party of Canada. Thanks again. Take care.